Hey everyone, I am THPine and welcome to Out There Omega Edition. This is a spaceship survival game, I like to call it. Basically, you're stranded in space and you have to get back to Earth, and in order to do so, you have to find enough oxygen and fuel and other stuff to make it back, basically. So let's take a look, shall we? So this is our ship. We have limited cargo space, and this cargo space is used out by modules like a space folder, which we use to jump from star system to star system, and some resources like hydrogen and oxygen and iron and some other modules and stuff. And we have some like 5 more spaces left right now, but we could put where we could put stuff. We have nothing to put there though, so let's jump to the next system, shall we? We could jump to this yellow dwarf, for example. It will cost us 16 fuel and 5 oxygen, and we attempt to do so. So we get this fancy traveling scene we get every time we do that, but okay. And then we get a nice text. Day 18. This morning a woman awaked me by whispering in my ear. She said everything will be fine. It was very soothing. It was a very soothing hallucination. Okay, that was a random event. Those events normally do something. That one was just flare, but most of them do something. There are a lot of them in the game. I think over 350, and I did not read too many twice so far, and I played the game for a few hours, so that's pretty good. And now we're in this new star system, and there are 2 planets here, a rocky planet and a gas giant. There are 3 different kinds of planets. The third one is a garden planet with the breathable atmosphere. Basically, you use rocky planets to drill stuff, like get metallic ores. You use gas giants to get fuel. And you use planets with breathable atmosphere to guess what? Right, get oxygen. So let's attempt to go to the rocky planet first. So we fly there. This costs us fuel and oxygen again, actually more than we used to jump. So that's unfortunate. Was it more? I'm not sure. It was quite a bit at least. And unfortunately, we have to land as well, so that costs us more fuel. So we land there, and now we can drill. Before we drill, though, we will try to make a little space in our, space in our spaceship. I guess that's correct. So we use up our fuel. We will use hydrogen to fill our fuel meter. We get fuel by putting hydrogen or helium in here. That depends on the ship, though. You can find other ships as well, and I found one ship which used hydrogen or oxygen. So I could use oxygen for the oxygen supply or for the fuel. However, I had no use for helium anymore, so yeah. We could use iron to repair our hull, but our hull is completely intact, so let's not do that. So I mainly did that to free up this slot. We probably will not use it because we have a lot of free slots, but basically that's what you want to do. And now we drill. You can spend fuel from, well, 1 to 10. You can go for 0, but it doesn't do anything. Please increase depth. Yeah, okay. Basically, the more fuel you put in, the more you get, and the higher the risk is your drill will break. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the more often you drill, like not the deeper you drill, but the more often you drill, the less rewards you will get. So basically, going for 1 fuel per drill is not a good idea, because then you will only get probably, well, very small amount of stuff, and the next time you do it again, you will get even less. So going for a big amount is good, but going for 10 is pretty bad as well, because it's likely that your drill breaks. I'm not sure if those colors are actually, like, is everything that is yellow the same risk? I don't know, but I usually go for 7, which seemed to work quite fine so far, so let's do that. So we drilled, we spent 7 fuel. We did not break our drill, so that's good. We found hafnium, and we might use that later, silicon and iron, very good. Not too much useful stuff here though, so let's not drill again, because we will get less for the second drill, as I explained earlier. Now we take off, which will cost us fuel and oxygen again. How unfortunate. And then we jump to the other planet. Oh yeah, I didn't show, but this planet had a risky atmosphere, and that made us take a lot of damage. It's randomized. It can be very small amounts, but this time we were quite unlucky and lost 41 hull, which is pretty bad, but luckily we got some iron, so we can repair that. Yep, well, that's most of our iron gun. Let's use that. We don't have hydrogen, so we're running out of fuel quite soon. So it's good that we can get fuel here. So we send a probe. It works exactly like drilling. So we go for 7 again. And we get a bunch of hydrogen. That's good. So that was a good one. So we will probably do that again, because we got 34 hydrogen and we spent 4. So that's probably good. Before we do that though, we make up slots again. Not necessarily right now, but will be like if your inventory or your cargo will get cluttered, and it will eventually. It's good to always use your resources. So we made only 3 oxygen, hydrogen plus here, but still, it's 3 why I'm saying oxygen? 3 hydrogen more than we had before we sent the probe. So okay, there is a module you can find. Well, you can find a blueprint and craft it, which allows you to get fuel from the stars as well. I could fly there now, but it will take damage and I cannot do anything there. So I will lose stuff and I can't do anything. So I will not do it because I don't have the what's it called, hyper probe, I think, or something along those lines. It's actually a very important technology. I got it once and I got pretty far when I got it. Let's skip this and see what we find here. So, new event. Day 27. Once more space folds around me. As I slip from one star system to another, I marvel at the power of this technology. With the space fall, mankind could grow and prosper throughout the stars. I must return to Earth, not only for my sake, but to deliver this instrument for freedom. Again, we're quite unlucky here. Well, not necessarily unlucky, but thanks to RNG, we're not getting any meaningful events. Normally they do something. We will jump a little further to find one that do something. And we will jump somewhere to find a useful planet. I don't really want ores right now. Well, actually we don't have any iron left. We might... let's go there and drill. Cost us a lot of fuel, but it might be worth it anyway. So let's spend our fuel and... well, it doesn't completely use it up, so the slot is not freed. But anyway, that was bad. Only 7 iron, and we don't really have a use for silicon and whatever W is right now, so that was not too useful. But we take it and we jump to the next system. Blue giant or a blue giant. Okay, so basically to explain this, by the way, let's scroll out a little bit. You see that white circle? That's the range we can see stars, so we can click them. We cannot click those. And the green one is how far we can jump. But you can find modules that increase those ranges, basically. Let's travel to this blue giant. Oh yeah, the goal is, by the way, to go, well, all the way through the galaxy to a certain star system. You see the red arrow down there. Oh, there we go. Day 36. There is a huge asteroid on the outer rim of the star system, too perfectly round to be natural. I fly closer to it and quickly discover that it's some kind of cage with barred windows. Inside I see a giant creature with tentacles made of pure energy, like a living lightning bolt. Okay, I never got this event so far, so I don't know what is going on here. But normally, the game doesn't punish you for making risky choices, quote-unquote. Like fleeing will probably not do anything, but taking one of the other options might give us a benefit. It might cost us something, but normally it's... So far, my experience is that it's taking the risks is good. The risk is good. Free the creature, sure. There's a small outpost near the stellar cage, so big actually that I can explore it with my ship. There's a simple device that seems to control the cage, and I activate it. Alice aliens are quite ungrateful. The creature driven mad jumps on my ship and rests. Oh, that's bad. Grex quickly appears on the hull. It suddenly releases its grasp and fades into the void, looking for worlds to ravage. Well, I was proven wrong. That was bad. That was really bad. Maybe I should have waited instead. Well, since we just dropped a lot of hull, it's probably a good idea to dig some more iron, drill some more iron. Let's free up some slots here and see what we can find by drilling here. 17 iron, not too much. Tons of silicon, but we don't really have use for that. I mean, we take it, and some platinum. The beginning of the game is a little, well, boring, I would say, because you don't find too many technologies and stuff. But the further you get into the galaxy, the more interesting stuff you can find. And like abundant ships you can take over and stuff which have different stats, for example, or different modules installed, or just more cargo space. So that can be good. So let's go here. Oh fuck, we took tons of damage. Well, we got some iron. Overall, that was not worth it, though. I hope we find a lot of fuel now, because if not, we're probably dead. Okay, that's good. That's good. Screw the helium. No, don't screw the helium. We actually can use the helium. Because I'm not on a ship that uses oxygen. So, let's finish. Click here. Use up the helium, actually. And send the probe again. It should be worth it again. Oh no, damn it, we damaged the probe. Well, we destroyed it, even worse. Repairing stuff is kinda cheap, but rebuilding can be tricky, especially because you need more rarer metallics here. But we got the platinum back, so it's probably possible to rebuild it. We got some fuel and stuff though, so it's okay. Let's see, what does it cost to rebuild the probe? Oh, we need iron. Fuck, and I used all the iron. I think we're practically game over right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're game over, because we don't have any iron, and we broke our... Oh no, we broke the probe, not the drill. Okay, good enough. So we can still gather iron. We just have to jump somewhere else. So let's actually jump a little further. See if we get something. Oh, what's that? This star is more than just a stellar body. It emits a huge luminous wave that quickly rolls towards me and my screen flickers. What's happening? Analyzed with the telescope? Yeah, sure, why not? I activate the telescope and analyze the wave. It's made of pure neutrinos. It must be the flash from a nearby supernova. I rev my engines to the max and rocket into the shadow of the nearest planet. A few minutes later, the wave rolls through the system, incinerating everything in its path and turning dark to day. That was a very close call. Okay, we did not lose anything though. I want to find a garden planet so I can show you how that works, but unfortunately we did not find one yet. So let's land here, use up our fuel, and then drill, and hopefully get some iron. Okay, good. Let's build the hydrogen probe again. We could build a cryonics, but we don't really need that because we don't have to sleep during things. I don't know, like you used that before the story. I will not spoil the intro video, but it's not too interesting actually. Nothing happens there. Yeah, you just have this technology and it doesn't really help you anymore. I think there are uses later in the game, like you can find people you can put in there or something, maybe, I don't know. Let's take off. Go to the gas giant. Take 18 damage. Fuck my... Okay, this is a bad run. This is a really bad run. We're probably game over very soon. And that's actually one of the problems I have with the game so far. It's super random. It's ridiculously random, actually. You're totally desperate for good RNG, and so you can game over very, very quickly without getting anywhere interesting. Like I got, well, one kind of a deep run and one run which got really, really far. Well, kind of far. It still was not nearly to the end of the game, but it got fairly far. I played for, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 hours, I think. And it actually got really interesting from the story and the atmosphere. You find different aliens and you learn the language and stuff, and you find stuff, you get multiple objectives, like not only the 1-star system you have to go. And it got really interesting, but then I ran out of fuel and I game overed. So that was unfortunate and I could not figure it out more. And the problem is, this is kind of a roguelike, so roguelite. So it has permadeath. When you game over, you game over. You start over again. The downside is, or the problem is, that it doesn't have any global progression. So every game is the same. Well, it has the same chances, basically. Like, there's no upgrade, no meta upgrade or anything. So you totally rely on RNG to get to the interesting parts of the game, and I think you need incredible good RNG to beat the game. Maybe I'm playing it completely wrong and I'm really bad at it, and that's why I'm not getting far, but I really think you need tons of luck to make it to the end. Obviously you have some choice and stuff, but overall it feels very, very hard to get anywhere. So what's that? Day 54. There's a long, thin, abandoned ship here. I board it and look around. The ship has a crystalline bay that is collecting the light from a nearby star. The light is refracted by the crystal and condensed into a single powerful ray that passes through a mysterious lens, clearly a marvel of technology. The words "Son fit mal" are written below the lens. I'm quite tempted to steal the lens, but I hesitate. The crystals are very delicately arranged. Any blunder on my part could have devastating consequences. Take the lens. I grab the lens. Suddenly the air hums and beams of hot light pepper the ground. I dodged as a powerful ray slices overhead and neatly cuts the abandoned ship in half. I run back to my ship, but the beam follows me. I strap in and activate thrusters. As the beam starts cutting through my hull, I escape barely. I consider the lens sitting safely in my cargo holds. There's hoping it was worth the risk. So we lost stuff, but we got a new technology, gravitational lens. Okay, and we learned a word. Enrin means love. Okay, that might be useful if we encounter aliens eventually. So yeah, as you could see there, you learn words. So you learn the alien language. What's this new technology we learned? Gravitational lens. What does it do? This is an upgrade to the telescope. It requires multiple images of stellar bodies and compare the differences, thus discovering additional orbit objects that would otherwise be hidden. Okay, interesting. It costs 2 iron, 1 gold, and 1 hafnium though, and it needs a slot in our ship, so we're not about to build that anytime soon. Especially because we're pretty much game over anytime soon. No, not anytime soon. Very soon. That's what I wanted to say. Is there... There we go. Okay, those are garden planets. So I can show you that at least. We land. And then our oxygen fills up because breathable atmosphere makes sense, right? Then you can encounter life on those. So you find an alien. They look pretty cool. They are... Lots of different aliens. They all look interesting. I really dig the art style, by the way. The backgrounds look amazing. The aliens all look super interesting. Totally different. I really, really like it. So they're speaking some weird language. We have to approve or disapprove. I have no idea what they're saying, so I'm just guessing here. It seems like I guessed wrong, and they don't want to talk to me anymore. But we still learned a word. We did not. Oh, normally you learn a word, even if you pick the wrong choice. So the idea is you learn words by encountering aliens, and you learn what you understand what they say later, and then you can actually talk to them, and that can give you benefits, like they give you new technologies or resources and stuff. So that's kind of cool. You can contact them again. Oh wait, we encountered them again? That's weird. No, now we learned the word. There we go. I think that might have been a bug, to be honest. That was weird. Maybe it was a special event though, and we could not understand what he was saying. So let's drill. Okay, if you drill on a garden planet, you will find oxygen, so that's kind of useful. And other stuff we don't really need right now. I mean, we have way too much silicon, so we can take it anyway. Finish. Take off. Pretty much game over anyway because we don't have iron. So this will not gonna end well. And we don't have fuel either. So yeah, we'll probably game over very soon. So yeah, I really, really dig the atmosphere of the game. The music is, fits very well as well. The aesthetic is quite cool. I don't like the menus too much. Especially they remind me of another game. I forgot the name, but it was a collectible card game. I think it's shut down now. It has... I think it had the exactly same menu style, like the font style and the menu stuff, the colors and stuff. I think it looked exactly the same, but I might be mistaken. I think it was Legacy of Heroes or something. I don't know. It's really, really weird, but I don't know. I don't think they fit too well, but I'm not too worried about them either. So, oh, nice. We got some fuel. That's good. But I like the background image of the planets, and I like the aliens especially. They look really cool. But the mechanics of the game, interesting, yes, especially because there's no fighting involved at all. I like games which try this route, because there are not a lot of games without fighting, like except for sport games and stuff, obviously, and driving games. But most games have fighting in some way, and often it feels tagged on, kind of, or not often, but in some games. And so I like games which actually try to make a compelling game without having any fighting in it whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. But as I said, the mechanics are super random, and the game gets more interesting. Like, we're in the beginning phase, we don't find too many interesting stuff here. It gets more interesting later with more modules and more interesting events as well. Like, you find abandoned ships, as I said, and stuff like that, and hidden stuff and strange things in the space and stuff. You find pretty cool stuff later on. Like, the system gets more interesting the further you get in the galaxy. Oh wow, that was terrible. That was just terrible. But yeah, it's totally random if you get there. Well, you have some influence, obviously, but not enough, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to have this game on a mobile, actually. I say that to a lot of games I play recently. It has pretty well, fairly simple controls, and I think it would be cool to just play it on the train or something, or in the toilet. That sounds awful. Like, if I would be a game developer and someone says to me, I would love to play your game while I'm taking a dump. Yeah, that would not feel good. But no, seriously, I would like games like that on mobile, really, because they're simple controls, and they're like, you can just play a little bit and then you stop playing and you come back to it later, and it's not too bad if you fans that over again. Like, it doesn't matter too much. So I don't know, fits very well. But yeah, it kind of wastes your time quite a bit, because as I said, there's no global progression whatsoever. We have really, really bad drills here. And now we're running out of fuel as well, so that's terrible. Let's fill this up. Use that. No, wrong button. And go there. Oh, I did not. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much done now. We can jump one more system, but that will not be enough to get off any fuel, so that's bad. Wait, again. 20 is there. This looks closer. 16. Yeah, we can do that. But we'll probably game over when we're trying to get to a planet. I was blasted by an electromagnetic tsunami. I didn't pay attention to it, but it could have been radio or TV based. Okay. I would have liked to watch an alien TV show. The writing is kind of funny sometimes. Oh, garden planets. Great. Okay, we game over. So we try to jump there. We don't have fuel. It tells us to check our cargo. We don't have anything to put in here, though. We don't have helium or hydrogen. So we try anyway. Should I risk it all anyway? Yes. And I think you can get there. Like, there's a chance, basically, when you're running out of fuel, that you will get there anyway. But most of the time you run out of fuel and it's game over. This will be my last entry. My fuel tanks are empty and I have nothing left to produce fuel with. I will return to cryostasis and let my ship drift in space. He can. The cryo thingy is broken. Well, anyway. I hope that through the millennia to come, someone will rescue me, but that's a thin hope at best. This is the end of my adventure. Yeah, too bad. So we get points. As you can see, my best one was 38,000, which was pretty good. And now we can quit. And yeah, actually you can't, like, there's no high score or anything. That's a little unfortunate. Would like to take a look at my past adventures. That would be cool. And let's take a look at the option menu. Fairly simple, but it does the trick. You have window mode, no borderless window, but window mode and full screen, resolution options. Actually quality options for some reason. You have language options in the menu. I really like that. Most games don't have that. And oh! I didn't knew that's possible. Ha! Well, I will leave that on from now on. Skip travel animation. And separate sound sliders, so that's good. Nothing fancy here, but nothing fancy needed for a game like that, so that's okay, I guess. Yeah, that's Out There Omega Edition. Available on Steam. Link is in the description below if you're interested. Thanks a lot for watching. Have fun and see you next time.